Dhammanupassana means Dhamma Anupassana. So Anupassana means follow and watch. Dhamma are phenomena. So we are following and watching the phenomena. And out of the 5 practices in Dhammanupassana of Satipatthana Sutta, we select Khandhapabba, the chapter on 5 aggregates. All right, so first of all, we need to decide what's our primary posture, what's our secondary posture. Primary posture is the one where you meditate as long as you can without any movement. No scratching, no turning your head, no anything at all. Totally like a statue. The secondary posture serves in case if you have so much of pain in your primary posture that you simply cannot do anything else but changing your posture. So secondary posture is anything comfortable, such as keeping your legs to the side. Primary posture is the meditation posture where you keep without any movement, where you keep meditating without any movement, and you need to decide only one like that. So we do not change our meditation postures just because it's painful. So we have one posture which is primary posture where we stay as long as we can, and then we have one posture which serves only to relieve pain. And then from that secondary posture, for example, keeping the legs to the side, we can then, when the pain disappears, we can move back to our primary posture, such as keeping one foot on the thigh of the opposite leg. So as we are sitting in our primary posture, comfortable, healthy primary posture, we keep our back erect, we approach the neck with our chin, not too much though, it must be comfortable. We cast our sight down, we see the floor in front of us, and we keep the eyes open. We don't close the eyes because we don't want to sleep, we want to meditate, and we close them a little bit only. We do not keep them open too wide, that would be uncomfortable anyway, so we keep them half closed. You can blink as much as you want, and you can also temporarily close them if there is pain, insects disturbing, or tears falling. But as soon as things get right, open them and continue in your practice. We can keep one hand on the other, connect the thumbs, keep that in the lap. And so as we are sitting in a comfortable, healthy posture, with eyes open, sight cast down, we can make the first determination. In our minds, voicelessly, we decide. From now on, for 30 minutes, I will be considering the 5 aggregates without any movement. From now on, for 30 minutes, I will be considering the nature of the 5 aggregates without any movement. From now on, for 30 minutes, I will be considering the nature of the 5 aggregates without any movement. And with that determination, we can start with the aggregate of body. Body means this physical body. This physical body made of hair, body hair, nails, skin, teeth, flesh, bones, bone marrow, kidneys, lungs, stomach, heart, diaphragm, phlegm, saliva, blood, feces, urine, pus, and brain, and anything else that you know about as a part of this body. And as the Buddha has explained in the Kanda Pabba of Satipatthana Sutta, we observe not only the body as is, but also as it is destroyed and as it arises again. And to see that, we can understand, we can accept and consider the fact that this body indeed is continuously changing based on the food and drink we ate and drank. So we consider, indeed, now there are some remnants of food in the stomach, or in the large intestine, or in the small intestine. These nutrients from this food and drink are joining the bloodstream and building up this body, while the old cells of this body are discarded, destroyed. They join the feces and the urine, and later they leave the body. So we consider that fact and reflect on it in the different parts of the body. Indeed, all of them are dependent on the food we ate and on the drink we drank. They are all changing as they are gradually disintegrating and gradually being built from the nutrients from the food we ate today, yesterday, or in a previous day. The body is indeed changing right now, rising and passing away, including the bones. The bones are gradually scraped away, and another cells replace the scraped cells. In 5 years, all of the skeleton is totally new. So we consider this body indeed is withering away. It is fading away while it is built anew by the food and drink we ate and drank. And we can move on to the meditation on the mind. 5 aggregates mean the body as one aggregate and the mind as 4 aggregates. And we will reflect on these 4 aggregates of the mind gradually according to their coarseness. So the coarsest of the 4 mental aggregates is intentions, sankhara. So we consider, indeed, these intentions, they arise and pass according to the conditions. These intentions, such as I want to know, I want to be in peace, I want silence, I want to be sitting, even breathing, all of these are dependent on intentions. So we observe how intentions are there. Intentions are there whether you want it or not. If there is mind working, there's always an intention in it. Not just one, so many. So we allow our mind to reveal its nature. We open ourselves to the reality as it is and accept the reality of intentions. Intentions are there all the time. Anytime we think or know or breathe, it's all because intentions. If you have a thought arising in your mind, if you think about anything, it's all because of your intention. If the body moves in any way while you meditate, it's all because of intention. Sometimes you don't even want to move, but the body mysteriously makes a move. Either it shakes or it just moves. Whatever is the movement of the body, when you're awake, it is because intention. So we observe all of these intentions, not just to move, but also to not move. We observe also the intention which causes the subtlest thought, the subtlest mental processes. And we observe how they arise and how they pass away. And we can move on to a subtle level, to a subtler characteristic of the mind. Intentions, if we watch them really closely, we can see that they are conditioned by perceptions, sanya. Perceptions are the very condition for intentions. Without perception, no intention can arise. So we observe the perceptions. We observe how the fact that we perceive this body as a body, that we perceive mind as mind, that we perceive me as me, that we perceive breath or sound or anything at all, in any way, how that affects intentions. We observe how sometimes perceptions do not cause intentions, and how sometimes perceptions cause intentions. They arise and pass away based on other conditions. So now we are observing perceptions. This meditation on 5 aggregates requires the ultimate letting go. You need to allow the mind to teach you. If you force your mind to show you anything, nothing will happen. You will not learn anything. In fact, you may actually go wrong and be misled by your own illusions. To practice Dhammanupassana, it's necessary to let go of all your perceptions, especially all of your expectations and ideas and beliefs. Remove them, burn them. They're not necessary. Now you learn. Now you are open to the reality as it is. So you need to learn. You need to let go of everything and just be there, open to the things as they are. Only then, the 5 aggregates, the nature of the 5 aggregates can become clear and distinct. And we can dive even deeper into the nature of the mind. Perceptions are caused by feelings. not sensations. Sensations are not included in our Buddhist scriptures, not in the Theravada Buddhist scriptures. The idea of vibration and pulsating and hot and cold sensation is never suggested for meditation on mind or even on feelings. When the Buddha speaks on meditation on feelings, he always mentions only the three: pleasant, unpleasant, and neither pleasant nor unpleasant. So we do not make imaginations, we do not make concepts out of these three. We keep down to earth. We observe only these three: pleasant, unpleasant, and neither pleasant nor unpleasant. We can observe these three kinds of sensation in any of the 6 sense doors of this body. That means eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. But because the body is the coarsest, it's the easiest to see, we can start with the body. So we observe feelings, pleasant, unpleasant, and neither pleasant nor unpleasant, on the body, on the skin, and inside the body. And we observe how they arise and pass. Sometimes they arise and they stay for a longer time, sometimes for a shorter time. But in all cases, there is change. So we observe that change. We observe how they arise and pass away, and accept them just as feelings. We do not scan the body systematically to search for feelings, because then we may actually miss some. So just allow any feelings that arise to be known. We accept any feeling. It's just mind. It's just a mental process. When we observe pleasant, unpleasant, and neither pleasant nor unpleasant feelings in the body, we can gradually see that all feelings are actually unpleasant. The pleasant feelings are impermanent. The neither pleasant nor unpleasant feelings are also impermanent. So in their nature, they are all unsatisfactory, and thus they are unpleasant. The pleasant feeling is fleeting. It arises and it passes away. More importantly, however, it is based on this body made of flesh and bones. If this body made of flesh and bones is so heavy and cumbersome, then how could the feeling be really pleasant? It is entirely dependent on this body. So we understand that all feelings are ultimately unpleasant. It is only the coarseness which allows us to see pleasant feeling. But when we go to the subtler level, we see that all feelings are indeed unpleasant. So we observe all feelings are unpleasant. They arise and pass away. Now we can look at the other sense doors and the feelings in them, the feelings which they condition. We can look at the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and the mind. And we can observe how pleasant, unpleasant, and neither pleasant nor unpleasant feelings arise because of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and thinking. We allow these feelings to become prominent, to become clearly seen and distinct. And we observe them to the subtle level. What we see may be pleasant, unpleasant, or neither pleasant nor unpleasant. What we hear may be pleasant, unpleasant, or neither pleasant nor unpleasant. What we smell may be pleasant, unpleasant, or neither pleasant nor unpleasant. What we taste and what we think about can also be pleasant, unpleasant, or neither pleasant nor unpleasant. We accept the nature of these senses and the feelings that they produce. And we allow ourselves to understand their nature, to accept it the way it is. So now we can go even deeper into the nature of the mind. We can realize that these feelings are all dependent on these sense doors. Eye and form make up seeing. If there was no form, no light. If there was no eye, there would be no seeing. So we observe the seeing consciousness on the eye. We observe the hearing consciousness, which is made up of ear and sound, on the ear. We observe the smelling consciousness, which is made up because of the nose and smells, on the nose. We observe the tasting consciousness, which is made up of tongue and tastes, on the tongue. We observe the touching, the tactile sensation, the tactile consciousness on the body. It is made of the body and the objects that get into the contact of the body. And we observe the thinking consciousness made of the mind and the mental objects. And we open ourselves to the nature of this consciousness making. The consciousness arises and passes so many times every second. So we open ourselves to that nature. If the mind is well settled, the mind will then just show which consciousness is more prominent. Every 1 or 2 seconds. Seeing, hearing, smelling, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, seeing, touching, seeing, hearing, thinking, seeing, and so on. So we accept the nature of the consciousness as it is and try to see these consciousnesses on a very subtle level to understand how conditioned and impermanent they are. Now, because the time for this sitting is finished, we will make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. From now on, I will always be mindful and shine with loving kindness. And with that determination, we can slowly and mindfully change the way of our sitting. And when we have changed the way of our sitting, we can take 1 or 2 minutes more to enjoy the peace we gained in meditation, and if possible, to observe the mind as well.